Have you ever stopped to think what your impact is in this world, what your legacy will be? We've all experienced the beauty of this world. Just picture it. You're in Malta in summer, you've got salt on your skin, the sun is on your shoulders, you jump into the sea. There's this gradient of blue and green. Maybe you open a chisk. You have a chat with someone at the bar, a super cool person, and you think, this is the good life. And when you experience a special place like Malta, hopefully you want to protect it. And this is what this talk is about. It's about how we can all have impact, whether it's at an individual or community level, or through our work, or through the businesses that we run. Now, I'm not naive to the construction and the dust and the traffic. My son is 1 tomorrow, Charlie, and a few weeks ago he was diagnosed with asthma, which for a baby is quite intense to have a breathing problem. And the doctor said, look, either leave Malta, get away from the dust, or you have to treat it aggressively, steroids, inhalers. And at that point, I was like, that's it, we're leaving, we're getting out. Like, new parent vibes kicked in, and I was like, Tlatna. And you laugh now, but Satara. And then I took him to our favorite spot. Hopefully you all know this place. I took a big deep breath in, and I realized, you know what? We live in a really beautiful part of the world, and no matter where you go, if you've traveled or lived outside Malta, you know there are issues everywhere, and I think this is something we are more aware of than ever. And I really say, water where you are, so stay and protect it. And to do this, we have to have a huge, big, bold vision of the world that we want to live in, the future that we want to have, and then we have to build it. So these are posts by Curiosità Collective. We were a group of 4 of us. I saw Tammy here, she was one of them. We're all working in sustainability, living in Malta, feeling frankly quite overwhelmed and not really sure where to start, but we said enough complaining, it's time to do something, take action somehow. So we started these talks called Spoken Work, where we had these amazing people doing incredible things in the local community and having a positive impact. This is Kurt, who is a self-proclaimed inclusion officer at the Club Talbanda in Hamrun. And he is bringing all of these people from all different nationalities to play their own cultural music together and bringing a very diverse community of people in Hamrun together. So really reimagining what the role of a Club Talbanda really has in modern day society. And this is Antoine, who is saving trees from construction sites, and his dream is to build a tree orphanage that has access for the public. Brilliant. The point is, we can all do something, okay? In fact, when I co-designed the Wave of Change campaign alongside Neil Ajuse's Swims, we really said, okay, let's do something super accessible. So while Neil is swimming these insane world record-breaking swims, 52 hours, no sleeping, everyone can do something, everyone can take action. Okay, so we said, okay, simple, pick up just 3 pieces of plastic, post it on social media and tag your friends. And with a little bit of hope and encouragement and a tiny dose of peer pressure, people started realizing they could do something different. And they went beyond the 3 pieces. We had people picking up whole garbage bags. We had the sexy real estate companies going and creating seabed cleanups for their team building activities. And in the past 6 years, we've seen a whole, so many NGOs in Malta focusing on this issue and doing things to address it. Brilliant. And that's the point. We don't need a handful of people doing sustainability perfectly. we need everyone doing it imperfectly. Okay, sustainability is about meeting the needs of today without compromising the needs of the future. And we have to go beyond the do no harm, reduce your carbon footprint. We have to be more ambitious, and we have to say, what can I do to have a positive impact on the world, on the environment, and on the people who live in it? We need to have this impact, and we need to have more than just good intentions. Quite a while ago, I moved to Nepal. I was going to go and empower women. I had just graduated from law, I had passed my bar exam, I was going to be a lawyer in human rights and trade policy, and I had all these big, fancy, poncy ideas of what I was going to do and the change that I was going to make. And then I got there and I realized they didn't even have bank accounts. Forget equality of men and equal wages. So we really had to take a step back and go, okay, let's set up a social business so they can earn a fair wage. Let's, not leave them dependent on their husbands or NGOs giving them donations. And 6 months later, we opened up these bank accounts, and it was one of the most incredible experiences of my life, because for them, it was this first step to independence. And for me, it made me realize that the small steps really do make a huge difference. And I also realized that, okay, we need to really stop and understand what the issue is, and then we need to innovate and find solutions. And business is a huge tool to take those solutions and help them reach as many people as possible. So business is a really, really strong force for good in the world, okay? We have so many businesses. We have 300 million businesses globally, okay, at the heart of our communities, and we can really use them not only to drive our economy, but to also have a good impact in the world. In fact, when I moved to London, I really saw this in action, how business could have a positive impact. I started working on this campaign called Outdoor Classroom Day, which was basically started by a handful of teachers who were teaching in a school in Croydon, if anyone knows that area of the world. And they basically just got the kids and took them outside and started teaching them maths with leaves and getting their hands dirty. And they saw a huge spike. Their grades went up, their engagement went up. Kids on the autism spectrum were engaging and learning in a new way. And they came to us and we said, okay, let's scale this, let's take this national. So we managed to rope in Unilever, and we got a collaboration going with local schools, local businesses. And then basically we took a step back and we said, okay, what skills do we have in the room that can really make an impact here? And if you think about it, you've got Unilever that sell the same dish soap in over 70 countries, right? That is marketing genius, quite frankly. So we used we used those skills, and we made it happen. And today there are over 12 million kids on this program, and it's happening in over 100 countries. It's really incredible to see what we can do when we put all of our skills together. Unilever has been a front runner in the sustainability field. I mean, they have taken sustainability and ingrained it into everything that they do, from innovating packaging to the way they tell their story. Essentially, when we take sustainability and make it a core part of our DNA, we can really see benefits. We've seen customers connecting with purpose-led brands. We've seen increased productivity from employees who are all working towards the same purpose and the same goal. We've seen innovations that are leading to cost savings and giving companies a competitive edge. And we're building a more resilient future, both for the companies, but also for generations to come. And that's no small feat. Essentially, there are companies in history that haven't adapted and haven't become future-proof. You might know Kodak or Nokia. Okay, Kodak decided not to get on board with the digital transformation of video and photography. Nokia got a bit distracted playing Snake, I guess, I don't know. And now they're on the wrong side of history. They didn't innovate, they didn't keep up with the times, and that's it. So there's huge opportunity here. In fact, the World Economic Forum says that innovating in the environmental and social space will lead to $12 trillion in new market every year and will generate 230 million jobs by 2030. The opportunity is huge. And this might be a penny drop moment for some of you. When I mentioned the EU and all of the new regulation coming out, the Green Deal, some of you might have heard of ESG, CSRD, ESRSs, and all the acronyms under the sun. It's frankly super overwhelming and complicated, yes, but it's needed, okay? Regulation like this is giving a shit about the planet and people mainstream. We have companies who were not taking sustainability seriously coming to the table now. And reporting is also important because it gives us a sense of how much progress we have made and how far we have yet to go. So compliance and regulation and reporting, important, but don't get stuck there. It's super important to take action so that we can see impact, so we're encouraged to keep going. My last story is about Longchamp. They came to us with a product. They were using old fish nets and scraps from their factories, and they made these bags out of fully recycled nylon. Brilliant. But my first flag was, are they just jumping on the sustainability trend, or are they actually on a sustainability journey? So we spoke to their directors, we visited the factory, and we found, no, these guys have a long-standing history of being sustainable. They just never labeled it as that until now. Brilliant. In fact, one of the things they did, which I loved, was you can send in any bag and they will repair it for you for free. Amazing. So we started this campaign with them, and we focused on the research and innovation that they were doing and how you can really take resources that we already have available to us and create and reimagine new ways of using them. The point here is figure out where you can have impact. Don't try and do everything and be everything to everyone. Focus and prioritize and tell that story. Tell the story of your sustainability journey, because it is a journey. And again, we don't need a handful of businesses doing sustainability perfectly. We need everyone doing it imperfectly. It's this invitation to see sustainability as an opportunity, because it's not going to be about can we do this? It's about who's going to be part of this story, who's going to be embracing sustainability and innovation and building a new world. Again, I ask you, think, what's my impact? Where can I have impact? What will my legacy be? Simplify it and find your sweet spot. Thank you.